Okay, hi, I'm going to show you how to create a simple PHP upload script. This is going to get slightly more advanced in our upload.php file. What we're going to do is we're going to use our index.php. This is mainly HTML code. We're going to use to give a form to the user to submit this file in particular. And then in our upload PHP, what we're going to do is process this file, get some information about the file like its name, its type, size, temporary stored name, and any error messages that have occurred. We're going to use the error messages to process the fact has an error occurred. If it hasn't occurred, then we're going to process the file, save it in a specific directory on our web server, and we're also in the second or third part, depending on how much time I've got, I'm going to run over how to check for specific file types so you can protect against file types, and also how to check the file size of the file so you can have a maximum or minimum file size. And what I've done is I've created an uploaded file in my folder where I've created my index and my upload.php files. And this is where my files are going to be stored once they have been uploaded, because when we do upload initially, we're not going to be uploading to this file, we're going to be uploading to a temporary area on the web server. Okay, so for the HTML, we need to create a form. So to do this, we have form action, and we have a specific action. Now this is going to be upload.php. Naturally, we've created our file here. The method is going to be set to post. The reason for this is if we're using the get method, we don't want to store this in a get variable, because for a start, we don't want the user to see the binary data that we're sending across the website for security reasons as well. And we also have a 100 character limit on our get variable. So you can imagine you'd have a pretty small file to have under 100 bits of data. Okay, now we have another parameter here. If you haven't heard of it before, it's enc type. This basically means the encoding type. How we're going to encode this, it's basically going to be multi-part, and then we'll need a / and it's form data. Now this basically in short means that we're submitting this form in the format of data, i.e. binary data, zeros and ones, which I said when relating to this method here. Okay, so we've got the type that it's going to be encoded to. We'll end our form here, and we're going to need a few elements inside. For our input of our file, this type is just set to file, and a name I'm going to call it, let's say my file, to be specific. I'll create a paragraph break, and then all I need here is a submit button, and I'm just going to have on that written upload. Okay, so let's just preview this. Just close this off, click file upload. Let's go back, input, got 2 U's there. Let's go back to this, and we can see I've got our input thing, and when we click browse, we can see that we've got a selection of files that we can in fact upload. Okay, so what I'm just going to do is make this a bit more user friendly for you and me. Upload a file, and let's refresh that. Okay, so we've got a nice little page here. We've got our header, a possibility to upload a file to here. It can be manually typed into here if needed, and also we have an upload button which submits to our, if we look up here, our upload.php file. So inside our upload PHP, we need a way of processing this file that has been submitted through our form. Now the way to do this is using this $_files, which isn't in fact an array. We can tell this is an array by echoing out just a single instance of this, and when we do, say click on upload, we can see that we've just got array, whereby this is an array. And in the first set, because it's a multi-dimensional array, in the first set of brackets, we're going to type the name of the file that we've uploaded, more or less the name of the input box that it came from, which is my file. So we're going to use my file here. And in the second one, we can have a variety of properties. Now the simplest one and the most easy to think about is the name of the file. So if I go back to my upload form and I choose say intro.avi, that's been put in there. I click upload, and on the next page I have intro.avi. Remember, this is in our upload.php file. Sorry. Okay, so that's that one. Let me just save this out in a variable. Okay, and the next one we're going to look at, I'll just start it here, is the type of file. So this again is $_files, and we're going to use the my name reference. And inside here is just basically type. So let's set that to type, or rather we'll echo it out first so you can see. And let's refresh and resend that. And see my file. Okay, not doing too well. Right, resend that, and we can see that it's a video/AVI. Now you've probably seen this somewhere before in HTML. This can be image/PNG, for example, image/JPEG, image/BMP, video/AVI, video/MPG, whatever format it is really. At the moment we can see from here that it is an AVI file, so therefore that's what we're getting. So we can say type equals that, and we've got that. The next one I'm going to show you is the size. So what we're going to do is, for time saving, we're going to copy that, and we're just going to echo out this, but change this to size. As you can see, it's quite simple to get each property of the file that you're submitting. You can refresh this, and we see that we get the size of the file. Now this is around, let's say round it down to about 1 million. A million bytes is in fact a 1 million bits is in fact a megabyte, and my file is actually a megabyte. So we can see we've got a megabyte in data here. So let's save that in size. Okay. Right then, the next one, which is quite an important one, is the temporary name. This is written slightly differently as TMP abbreviated for temp and underscore and name. This is basically going to give us the directory that it's stored in temporarily until we transfer it to the folder of our choice. So let's refresh this and resend. And you can see that that's stored under my XAMPP because I'm using this application. If you're using an Apache and you've installed PHP yourself, you'll have Apache and whatever your temporary file is. We can see that this is a sort of like a randomly generated name and a .tmp extension, which is useless to us at the moment. So we can say that as temp file, or temp, let's say temp for now to keep it short. And the last one is error. Now this will basically echo out a 0 if everything's clear. So we'll change that to error, which we should get at the moment because everything is looking okay. This will never be a negative value. If it's more than 0, then it means it's given an error code, which basically means that you have an error. And let's say we'll store this in a error in like that. Okay, now in the second part of this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to upload your file by moving it from the temporary storage area to a specified area of your choice. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this error to see if there are any errors. If there are, we're going to echo it out and give the user the error code. If not, we're going to take this and we're going to use a specific function called move uploaded file, and we're going to take that and we're going to store it in our uploaded directory created on my web server here. And then after that I'm going to run through some specifics to say, is this a JPEG, and disallow say a JPEG image being uploaded, or disallow specific file size. Okay, so join me in part 2 and I'll go through all that with you. Thanks for watching.